Over 40 in Vancouver, episode 105. 105. I'm rolling.
I'm Dale.
Okay. Well,
Today, Dale rails against entropy.
go Rent-A-Free Ranch.
Entropy in the art of bike maintenance or something.
Is that in the art of motorcycle maintenance?
Well, that's the book. My life experience is my bike is about 3 years old,
Yep.
and in hindsight, perfectly obvious, but I just never realized what maintenance was going to be on it. So I had my first major drivetrain replacement, which is awesome because that meant I did like 5,000 kilometers.
Did we talk about this?
I think we did.
Vintage, yeah.
I think we did.
Vintage
But-
iron.
So what's happened now is my handlebars have gotten a little bit loose,
Oh, yeah, but that can be tightened.
and I'm not sure. Well, I've tried tightening them, but it's
Well, I
just
know that's
like,
why you need bike mechanics. But
yes,
who are artistes?
I need a friend who is like help me, like mentor me on doing this simple stuff, because I thought I tightened it and it got loose again, but it got me thinking. It's like this is the same thing with a new car. You buy a car and it runs flawlessly for 2-3 years.
If you're lucky. If you're lucky.
I've had good luck with cars, and then the little things start to go wrong.
Yep.
And I feel like I'm starting to get that with my bike now.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's had 3 years. It's had a bunch of kilometers on it.
5,000.
And I just, like, maybe I should just buy a new bike and get that warranty all over again. People do that with cars.
You should be able to lease e-bikes. Like I would do that. I mean, like, I think I even wrote a blog post about it. We're you pay, I don't know, let's say $200 a month. Okay, that sounds like a lot. Okay, and it is.
Depends on the bike.
But you get a light bike. It has what you want. For me, that'd be fenders. It'd be a step through, and it would have a basket, and it would have a rack, and it would have turn signals, and it would have a dynamo light. And if what you're paying for is, just like a car, if something goes wrong, you bring it in, they give you a loaner, just like a car. They give you a loaner
And
bicycle,
then
just like a car.
every 2 years you get a new bike.
You can buy the bike you've been riding.
Or you can buy it out. Yeah.
Every 2 years you get a new bike. And they don't have an unlimited, they have a curated selection of bicycles. So, I mean,
I would almost be down for that.
I would be. I mean, it's wasteful to some degree, but well, on the other hand, you're getting a bike that works.
When I start,
and you're not paying up front.
When I start looking,
you're not paying $2,000.
What I'm paying for maintenance. I mean, I'm not paying, what I pay for my car maintenance, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's not nothing either.
Yeah. And you're riding an e-bike, and e-bikes have proprietary parts for the most part. There has been a lot of non-standardization.
Yeah. They always have some number of proprietary parts, although I think like the Treks, they use somebody else's electronics.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, but they have a acoustic, quote unquote, acoustic bicycle heritage, so it makes sense for them to reuse parts from their acoustic side
and not invent a whole control head like Aventon has done.
Apparently, Aventon's doing quite well. Hard to tell because finances.
All the bigs seem to be hurting to some degree post-COVID.
Even the e-bikes?
Yeah.
Even the 100% e-bikes?
I think especially e-bikes.
Well, Rad is hurting. As you know, they just got bought out by Life something. Brand, not Life Brand.
Aventon, with the demand in e-bikes because of COVID and people wanting to like find something they could do outside, they had an explosion.
Keep liking people.
And
don't sell it. Don't give it away. Keep using those bikes. They're awesome.
Yeah. But no new bikes, right?
Yeah.
So basically, and apparently they aren't alone, although the article I read didn't name any other companies, but they just basically said this is an industry-wide problem where they got really big because demand was really big, and now they're in this like market isn't as hot as it was, and they are left with a whole lot of structure for big like inventory and stuff.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some hard times for people as they transition, which means staff is going to be let go and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
Trek specialized, all the acoustic and all the e-bike are laying people off.
Rad just got hit with the whole battery recall thing at the
and they closed their store, right?
Time. They did. They closed the store.
Yeah, and it's empty now. Wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
I rolled by there yesterday. No, on Tuesday.
So Vintage Iron is an authorized something or other
Rad dealer
for Rad
repair and service.
What the fellow there told me is they can still order parts.
Yeah.
But there's some parts, like if you need to get a new drive mechanism,
yeah,
they can order that. If you want something like a basket, Those are impossible to
Proprietary.
get.
They're
No.
yeah.
Well, they're proprietary and they don't exist. Like the
Yeah, but
the
no,
specialty things.
you can MacGyver a Vols basket on there or something. It won't be as bespoke. It won't be as custom fitting, but it'll work. You can MacGyver something.
The way they did the basket is actually kind of cool because there was like a whole
Oh yeah, I've seen them. They're
4-point
nice.
mounting. Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. They're nice for sure. They're nice.
I mean, somebody could MacGyver it. I couldn't MacGyver
Well,
it.
are you? Yeah, I mean,
But that's a different. I almost regret getting the basket. Like I wonder if a handlebar bag that detaches is better because
oh,
the basket. Well, as you know, you have a basket. Like locking up at some bike racks with a basket on is really hard.
I'm about to replace it with a bigger basket. The Vault upgrade. I love having everything at the front. I know, but I know the arguments against it, which is that the front end swings, which is why the Italians invented an anti-basket front end swinging strap, which I had on one of my bikes. Well, I think I got stolen.
The front end swing, like mine, is attached to the frame, so it actually doesn't move when you move the wheels. It's not attached to the handlebars.
Mine is attached to the handlebars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's pros and cons for both, but the Italians invented that strap for, I guess, the ones that are attached to the handlebars. And I had it on the bike that was stolen. It was great. But it's not great enough to prevent the problem, which is with weight. It swings and then the bike falls over.
Yeah.
Um,
That is one of my problems with kickstands, is with the battery weight forward and the kickstand at the back wheel.
yeah.
If I'm on any kind of a slope, my bike starts to get tippy, and if
Yeah.
I put anything in the front basket,
Same.
it's goners.
Same. And the real solution to that is well,
What are those double kickstands?
Yeah, double kickstands, which have been around for 100 years. So I don't understand why we don't have it on bikes that have front baskets and things like, things that have carry cargo. Many of the cargo bikes have the double prong ones.
Yeah. Most of the cargos I've seen do.
That's the only way the thing's going to balance with any weight.
When you have that, man, I love seeing those cargo bikes with the kids, like especially the long nose with the kids up front. That just looks cute as hell.
Or you can put a dog in there. I've seen dogs and cats.
I've seen dogs.
I've
Yes.
seen groceries and dogs and cats. I've seen babies with groceries and dogs and cats all in one little thing. Like, well, not dogs and cats, but
It's kind of awesome.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. It's also super expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Would you buy a different bike knowing what you know today? If you went back in time,
Oh,
knowing what you know today, would you buy a different bike? I think you'd make the same decision if you didn't know anything.
yeah.
And I think it was the right decision.
It was the right.
But knowing what you know now,
Rad
which
was
is
the right decision for me at the time because it was quick and easy. Like it was just really easy, and I had a
you just
lot of.
Yeah, and they
I
had
had
the
a lot
store
of
here. It was
friction.
easy. You could see it. And
You could just go in for a test ride, and it
Yeah.
was all there. I would definitely not buy the same bike again with the knowledge I have, but that's because I have preferences now.
Yeah.
I had no preferences.
what are
back
your
then.
preferences now?
Well, we argue about this, but I do like the throttle, not because I hardly ever use the throttle, but it is nice for like getting start from a stop,
You won't
especially if I
need a
forget to
throttle if
downshift.
you don't have cargo, A, and B, if the bike is lighter.
And the
If you
other
have cargo and kids, I fully support the throttle, 100%.
the other reason is I just kind of like, if I go on a long trip and it kills my legs or something, it
I
would
think
be
your legs are far stronger
would-
than you give yourself credit
would
for.
be
At
nice-
this point.
would be nice to have a fallback. But with a 250 watt rear hub motor, that's not on. I don't think you need like a 500 watt before you can honestly go any kind of a distance on throttle only.
Wasn't it just the battery?
No.
Not just a function of the battery?
There's not enough energy. Like on a flat, I can get it up to a decent speed. Like
Right.
I could hobble home, but it doesn't handle hills very well. Like literally using throttle only, it doesn't take very much of a hill before I have to assist with the pedals. And I mean, the weird thing is, and I mean, this is where you're challenging me is good because
I rode my
I'm thinking-
80-pound electric bicycle 5 kilometers home with no battery.
I think of the times where I have used the throttle, and I never use the throttle at speed. I use the throttle going from a standing stop.
You're way more disciplined than I am. I just use it all the time.
But it's because it doesn't work well. It might
Yeah.
be different if I had a better,
Yeah.
more horsepower. But the other place that I find it handy is when I'm going slow, and
Well,
I'm
we've
in,
only been recording for 90.
I'm in a bit of a balance situation. You know, like
A lighter bike would help.
I think a lighter bike would help too. But then
Yeah, I understand that.
having the pedals in the wrong position, just being able to give it a little bit of throttle for that energy going slow
Yeah.
has been really useful.
I say get a throttle if you're
I
getting a
can-
cargo bike. Otherwise, forget it.
I can just put my feet down,
Yeah.
which is but nice to have.
I think the other problem is that people adjust their seat as if they're racing. When you're commuting and you're having frequent stop starts, you should have that seat lower.
Mm.
If you can't comfortably sit on the seat at a stop sign waiting 3 minutes at a rush hour,
Yeah.
if you have to dismount, then as a commuter, that is too high. It's okay as a racer to dismount because you don't dismount in a race.
Yeah.
So everybody,
Yeah,
a
I'm not
lot
sure,
of people that I see have their saddles way too high.
I do
and
want
they can't stop
I do want to try mid
without
drive
dismounting.
as well. Like
Well,
I
mid-drive's
have
great, but it's proprietary, right?
I have the
Bosch.
hub drive.
It's proprietary Bosch. I don't know. The Green people are hilarious. Their videos are hilarious. Green is a local East Vancouver institution, e-bike DIY kit institution, which a lot of builders use. And they are against hub drive because it's proprietary and blah, blah, blah. And they feel like with the right sensors, you can get the same smoothness.
Well, Aventon has the rear hub drive, but they have there's two types. There's one that they call cadence and one that's based on torque.
Yeah.
Torque and cadence.
Yeah.
Mine's a cadence, which just means you turn the pedals and it activates the motor. The nice thing about the torque is that if you start to pedal harder at a slower cadence, it can detect that. And apparently, actually, I don't.
It's power to the pedal. You can have more power at a lower cadence, especially when you're going up a hill.
I've heard it said that the mids are what you need to do the torque, but I'm not so sure of that. I know that the Aventon is not a mid, but it's a rear hub, but I believe that they do the torque.
I say go for Trek or Specialized with some other acoustic legacy company, or max out. Who's that guy? Not Gary Fisher.
That is
one of the mountain bike guys has a company.
New bikes are a whole new podcast. I am going to test ride. We can talk about the test ride, but for now, I want to say, like, in spite of the maintenance things, it's just because I hadn't thought about it that I'm annoyed, and like
it's just you're right. You rightly pointed out.
Screw entropy. That's all I want to say.
As you rightly put,
screw entropy. But e-bike riding and riding in general is awesome.
As you rightly pointed out,
screw entropy.
It's just like a car, especially when you add a motor.
Yeah,
it's just like a car. It's basically when you add a motor, it's like electric car maintenance.
I think even an acoustic bike, you still have to do maintenance.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. But it's worse when you have a motor, just because.
Oh, it's you
there's
have
more things to maintain.
More things to maintain.
Anyways,
more expensive things to maintain.
From where are we?
We're at Doe Cafe in Hastings Sunrise.
2 doors down from Camel Legacy, Awesome Dim Sum.
Yes,
which we had.
Yes.
Ciao, cheers.
Bye bye.